Welcome to NIOS live classes. Subject Political Science. Level Senior Secondary. Subject code 317. Module number 3, Structure of Government. Lesson number 10, Union Executive. Difficult words. Before learning the chapter, we will look some difficult words. First is parliamentary form of government. Parliament is a place where various kind of peoples and ministries, presidents came in group and discuss on a specific topic. Second is democracy. Democracy in simple, democracy meaning is the power in the peoples. People who are general, have no values or anything. Third is republic. Republic, in this a general people chosen a person who become the president, but for not so long, they have a limited time. Next is executive. Fifth is legislature. It is a place where some presidents and ministers came across and discussed on a specific law. Sixth is judiciary. In India, there are various type of courts, like first is Supreme Court, and under there are various state to state courts in it. Next is impeachment. Next is no confidence motion. Next is cabinet. Cabinet is a type of meeting where ministers and secretary came across to discuss some kind of problem or a topic, etc. outcomes. After study this lesson, learners can distinguish between the nominal and real executive. India is a republic with an elected head of state. And they will also learn the qualifications and method of election of president. First, we will look the president. The President of India is the nominal head of the state. He or she is indirectly elected. But President cannot at the same time be a member of Parliament or of a state legislature. To become the president, what's the qualification is needed? A person should be a citizen of India. Foreigners or relocating person will not be allowed to be a president. He or she should have completed the age of 35 years. Below the age of 35 years, people are not allowed to be elected for the president. A person should be qualified to be elected as a member of Lok Sabha. A person who are being elected for president should not hold any office or profit organization. That is the candidate. Election procedure. The president is elected by an electoral college consisting of the elected members of both houses of parliament nominated members of parliament and members of state legislative councils are not the members of the electoral college. The election is held by means of single transferable vote system of proportional representation. The voting is done by secret ballot. Value of vote. The value of vote of each member of Legislative Assembly of a state is determined by the formula as given below. As you can see on the screen, total population of the state upon number of elected members of state legislative assembly and multiply by 1000. For example, let us suppose that population of Punjab is 1,35,51,060 and the member of state Vidhan Sabha is 104. The votes which each legislature is entitled to cast will be, by putting the formula, we will get 130.29. So the answer will be 130, as the remainder 0.29 is less than 50%. It will be ignored and the total population will be collected as 130. It's time for a short break.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने हम
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम पढ़े और जागे
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने
ज्ञान ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी बातें।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बहुत।
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम
Welcome back to our classes. Now the topic will be continue the value of vote. The value of vote of each member of parliament is equal to total number of votes of member of all state legislative assemblies upon total number of elected members by both houses of parliament. For example, the votes of all the state legislative assemblies are added. Let us suppose that the total number of votes of all legislature is 5,44,971. So the total number of elected members of parliament is 776. So using the formula, we will get the total 702. But actually we got the 702.28, but after the decimal 28 is less than 50%, so it will be ignored. At both stages, if the remainder is less than 50% of the divides, it is ignored. But when the remainder is 50% or more, one vote is added. Next is single transferable vote system. The election of the president is held through single transferable vote system of proportional representation. Under this system, names of all the candidates are listed on the ballot paper and the elector gives them numbers according to his or her appearance. The ballot becomes invalid if first preference is marked against more than one candidate, or if first preference is not marked at all. Next is counting of votes and declaration of result. Member of state legislative assemblies cast their votes in state capitals. And member of parliament cast their votes in Delhi. After voting, the counting of votes is done in New Delhi. First preference vote of all the candidates are sorted out and counted. To be elected, a candidate must get more than 50% of the total valid votes polled. This is known as quota. Counting of votes and declaration of result. First preference votes of all the candidates are sorted out and counted. And to be elected, a candidate must get 50% of the total valid votes. Now we will look what is quota. The quota is determined by totaling the total number of votes polled divided by the number of candidates to be elected plus 1. In this case, since only the president is to be elected, so the division by 1 plus 1 is added more to the quotient to make it more than 50%. At the first count, only 5 preference votes are counted. If any of the candidates reach the quote, he or she declared elected. In case no candidate reaches quota, then the second preference votes of the candidate getting the least number of first preference votes are transferred to other candidates. Thus, the candidate getting the least number of votes is eliminated. For example, let us understand it with the following example. Suppose the total number of valid vote is 200 and there are 4 candidates A, B, C and D. The quota in this case will be 200 upon 1 plus 1 plus 1 equal 101. Let us assume that first preference vote cast in favor of all the 4 candidates are as follows. So you can see on the screen there are 4 candidates with their allotted votes, which is 90, for B is 45 and for C is 30 and D is 35. As no candidate has reached the quota, that is 101, candidate C getting the least number of votes gets eliminated and his votes transfer to the other candidates. Their votes are then transferred to the remaining candidates according the voters' next preference. Let's say that there are 30 voters who ranked candidate C first. Of those 30 voters, so the 15 of them ranked candidate A as their second choice and 10 of them ranked candidate B as their third choice and 5 of them ranked candidate C as their fourth choice. So those votes are then transferred as follows. You can see on the screen. Candidate A, previous it has 90 and plus 15, it becomes 105. And for B, previously it has 45 votes and including 10 more, it gets 55 total votes. Same as for the candidate D, previously it has 35 votes and along with including 5 votes more, it gets only 40 votes. Since A reached quota, he is declared elected as the president. Now we will look what is tenure and removal. The president is elected for the term of 5 years. And is eligible for re-election through a convention has developed that no president seeks elections for the 3rd term. His or her term of office commences from the date he takes the oath of the office. Let's take a short break.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बाटे,
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने।
Welcome back to our classes. Now we will look what is privileges and immunities given to the president. The president is not answerable to any court or law for the exercise of his functions. The president can neither be arrested nor any criminal proceeding be instituted against him in any court of law during his tenure. The president cannot be asked to be president in any court of law during his tenure. A prior notice of 2 months' time is to be served before instituting a civil case against the president. Now the topic is removal of president. The president can only be removed from the office through a process called impeachment. He or she can only be impeached for violation of the Constitution or not following the laws and breaking the laws, so they will be impeached. The resolution to impeach the president can be moved in either House of Parliament. The charges leveled against the president are investigated by the second law. Resolution can be moved only after a notice has been given by at least 1/4 of the total number of members of the House. Resolution charging the president must be passed by majority of not less than 2/3 of the total membership of the House. But before it goes to the other House for investigation. President has the right and a power to be heard or defended when the charges against him are investigated. The President may defend himself in person or through his counsel. But if the charges are accepted by a 2/3 majority of the total membership of the second House, so the impeachment will be succeed. We have completed our lesson. For better learning, we will do some exercise. Choose the correct answer from the alternatives given below by putting a tick against it. The minimum age for the office of President of India, the minimum age will be 35 years. The presidential candidate must have the qualifications required for a member of Lok Sabha. Members of which of the following House are not the members of the Electoral College? And the answer is Vidhan Parishad. Thank you for your attention.